Nation, we got some things to talk about tonight. Did Mitchell Robinson, our beloved Loch Ness monster, did he fumble the bag? What will happen this summer with Mitchell Robinson when it's time to go to that negotiation table? Also, oh boy, we might have some really bad Giannis news. There's a good chance that Giannis can find himself taking his talents elsewhere besides New York. Jordan Clarkson, will he have to be waived because the Knicks need more money for the buyout market? Also, we got the game against those dislikable Celtics tomorrow. We know the Knicks need a win after blowing it big time in Detroit. We're going to talk about that and more on tonight's show, Knicks Nocturnal. Welcome to the show. I am your host, Karan Pierre, the Objective Fan, and I'm straight out of Kings County, New York City's finest. Man, you know the vibes, man. Tell a friend that we live, man. Welcome to the show, man. We got some things to talk about. Big time salute to everybody that's in the building early. Make sure we smashing that like button. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, because we're on the road to 10,000 subscribers. And me and Maxine, we noticed that 56.6% of our viewers that watched the videos in the last 28 days are not subscribed. So please help us out by smashing that subscribe button. Also hitting the bell icon so you get all the notifications when we go live like we did tonight. And then like the video. And also, if you are a subscriber, consider joining the channel. We got a special event coming up on February the 13th, the first ever 24-hour live stream. I will share some more details about that as well. I mean, we just locked in another special guest. It's going to be a movie, man. Big time salute to everybody in the building. All the channel members and mods. I see you. Maxine, the super producer on deck. HRM, the great. Knicks State Madness, Discord server, channel member mod. Big time salute. Jose in the place to be. Great to see you, Jose. Who else did we got in the building? Big time salute to everybody. Continue to smash that like button. So yeah, we got some things to talk about, man. I'm gonna get to Mitchell Robinson. I'm gonna get to Giannis and some reports on him. But I want to start tonight talking about Jordan Clarkson. Okay. Jordan Clarkson, I think that a lot of people thought that he would be up out of here, and rightfully so, because there were so many reports and rumors that he would be out of here. But him making it past the trade deadline tells me that the Knicks seen that there was a glaring need there. I'm gonna go to Sports Track, our favorite website on this show. By the way, if this is your first time here, we put everything on the screen because I don't get on the mic, I don't fib, I don't freestyle. I like to make sure I'm accurate. So we're gonna go to the Sports Track to see where the money is right now. So trade season is over. Once trade season ends, we now enter what is called the buyout market. Okay? Now, the buyout market is when teams pull their cheat codes and, they make deals like Minnesota, who traded away Mike Conley Jr. He goes to the next team, gets waived, and then now he plans on signing back with Minnesota, right? Now, I joke when I say NBA cheat code, but it is kind of funny business that you can literally get traded from that team and then say, I'm going back to the same place that just dealt you away. So there's a lot of things going on right now in the league. Teams jockeying for position, whether it be draft rights, draft nights, all of those things. Draft night moves, whatever they want to do, positioning themselves. And so where we are right now is we are a team that is in a pretty vulnerable position. Okay. And what I mean by that is we have a glaring weakness, and that is in our front court. We definitely need to add to this roster. We need to add to this team so that way we can be complete and be whole. Now, some things I just noticed with this chart, they just updated it after the trade deadline. Um, I noticed that it says we have minus $6 million in apron space. I don't know why it's that amount of money, because we actually freed up money. So I don't think that these numbers are the most accurate. Plus, we are hard capped at the second apron, right? We can't go into the second. See that? We are hard capped. We cannot go there. So while I know the numbers say minus 6.5, we really have like $1 million of second apron space. Now, what does all of this mean? It means that we made a move where we can't go over into the second apron to build our team out. And that's when we signed Gershon Yabusele. Everybody was making a big deal about the Knicks signing that brother because it came with a lot of restrictions, and it came with a lot of things that we can't do, right? As a first apron team that's hard cap. So what happened is when we traded Yabusele for Jose Alvarado, we actually freed up an additional $1.5 million because Yabusele was making about 5.5, and Clarkson, and Jose makes 4.5. So we freed up like about $1.1 million. Now, how the game checks work in the NBA is you're paid per game. That's how it works. You're paid per game. Okay? So we're already at the 51 game mark or 52 game mark, the 53 game mark. So that means we already got 53 games in. So what the minimum salary is, you see the 2.2, that's what the cap hit would be. Okay, for a minimum salary. So we're beyond the halfway point. So that $1.5 million that we freed up can go to signing another player. We don't have to waive Jordan Clarkson. Does that make sense? If you waive Jordan Clarkson, you still have to pay the $2 million. It doesn't go away. The only way it would go away is if another team were to sign him. Hopefully that makes sense as well. The NBA rules are a little complicated. I've seen some people putting this on social media, and I'm like, oh, that's misinformation. We don't have to. Well, one, we can't waive. Even if it were true, we couldn't just waive Jordan Clarkson because his salary, right, will still count on the books. The only way you could have got rid of Jordan Clarkson was to trade him. So by Jordan Clarkson not going in the trade, it means that he is here to stay. Whether you like him or you don't like him, it doesn't make a difference. That's just the politics of basketball, and that's just what it is. You feel me? So I had to start here because I just seen too many people talking craziness online in the Knicks Twitter world and just online. Okay? But if you want to call up, you can 646-995-8389. You can call up and voice your opinion. We're talking about 4 different topics. We're talking about Jordan Clarkson, right? We're talking about Giannis and where else he may go. And we're talking about Mitchell Robinson. Did he fumble the bag? All right. Big time salute to everybody that just entered the show. This is Knicks Nocturnal. And yes, this is a call-up show. So if you want to call up, feel free. I see. Oh, my God. Detroit's in the building. Ooh, so he asked a good question. Who we need on that buyout market? I'm going to get to that in a second, too. Because my man Jake Fisher, he dropped some bombs today. And yeah, we're going to talk about the one thing I seen from Jake Fisher, because he does a show with Bleacher Report. And so he says some interesting things in that episode. I heard a little bit of it. All right. So if you guys want to call up, feel free. Ooh, HRM. If that is true, oh my goodness. If that is, if we could get that brother, but honestly though, I don't know if we need him. Because I mean, unless you think Mitch is gonna go down. You know what I'm saying? If you think Mitch is gonna go down, and yes, we're gonna talk about Mitch, potentially fumbling the bag, but realistically, I think I would prefer a forward. Matter of fact, let me get to the Jake Fisher article as well, because I'm glad you remind me of that. Let me get this on the screen. Well, not article, but a quote from Fisher of what he said on his show. So this is what Jake Fisher said on his show. He says that the Knicks are still open, to my understanding, in finding front court depth. They've got their backup guard in Jose Alvarado. Hold on, we got to give the Brooklyn boy a big time salute. And I'm gonna preview that game too. We're gonna see who's gonna play, who's not gonna play. But I got to give a big time New York City, big time round of applause. Salute to Jose coming home. He's here every summer. Every summer he's in New York. You know, hooping in Dykeman. You know, hanging out, doing what he got to do, seeing his family. So this will be a perfect moment for him to get a little extended time seeing family and being in the town, because I don't think he's going to go nowhere unless another team really wants him. So I think Jose is one of those guys that will stick with the team. He also has like a Deuce McBride kind of favorable contract. Now, they got their backup guard. Could they find a nice young center there? We'll see. I mean, I think one of the more intriguing big men on the buyout market now is Chris Boucher. Now everybody's talking about Chris Boucher. I was the first one on the Blue and Orange Brunch to say, this brother is who we need. I told you, I said, this guy right here, I don't give a damn what happened in Toronto. I don't give a damn what happened in Boston. We have to get Chris Boucher, okay? And he might have some interest as a vet minimum guy. Will he? I think that he's going to have a whole lot of interest. And I think that, you know, OG Anunoby's his boy from Toronto. I think that, you know, we might have to sick OG on him like, yo, man, come through. You're going to get some minutes. We need guys 6'9". I'm the only one. I can't handle it to be there every game for this team going down the stretch. So come through. I think that Chris Boucher would love to come to New York. Why not? And so he might be the best shooting big man available. Key words. The best shooting big man available you can add. Now, George Niang or Niang will be available. He needs to get healthy, but George Niang is going to be someone who could provide some front court shooting depth. Now, I don't want George. I'm sorry. No, that's not the guy. He's cool. He's all right, but nah, he's not him. Chris Boucher, that is the guy we need. Let me show you why, okay? And I'm pretty sure they got everybody got tapes. If you don't know who he is or you don't remember him, go on YouTube and watch his tapes, brother. I'm going to just tell you some of the nicknames. They call him Swatter Boy. Swatter Boy, okay? Trey Boucher. Trey Boucher. Why do you think they call him that? Because he's knocking down that 3-ball, y'all. Okay? And then they also call him Block Quebecos or Quebec. I don't know. It's a Toronto word. I don't know. Anyway, nonetheless, this brother, 6'8", right? Slim, athletic, decent athlete. Get out there. He could run. I mean, he fits the profile for what we need, man. He's a veteran. He played on the championship team. He's a 2-time champ. Okay? This is the brother that we need, man. Look what he's averaging on his career really quickly. 8.7 points and 5.1 rebounds on his career. Yeah, dog. I need a brother like this on my team. Now, in Boston, he only played 9 games. I watched like 17 Boston Celtics games this year. I'm not going to cap. I didn't see this brother play. Not one time. And I'm looking for him. Every time. I'm like, yo, let me see if they get Boucher some minutes. Boucher got no time. And clearly they wanted to get off of him for whatever reason. You know, the politics of basketball. I don't think it has anything to do with his skill. I think it had everything to do with just politics. And I think the politics in New York calls for a brother that's 6'8", can block shots, can shoot threes, can get buckets, defense, all of that. He could be your OG Anunoby insurance policy. I'm not saying he's as good as OG, but he could be the insurance policy. So what say you? Jake Fisher saying that Chris Boucher is a guy out there that the Knicks may be interested in, y'all. I'm praying. You seen how small we was against Detroit. Guys can't get no rebounds. Josh Hart going up against dudes 6'7", 6'8", super athletic. We need to level the playing field. Sure, there's a lot of guards out there on the buyer's market available, from Lonzo Ball to Malik Beasley, but there's no report saying that he'll be back in the league. I hadn't seen him on anybody's radar, but you need to get this 6'8" dude who might be blackballed. But, you know, in New York, man, it's New York versus everybody else. So even if he is blackballed, it'll be Dolan to go against the grain, right? I'm saying let's do it. Let's make this happen. But look, we'll be back with more of your calls and more after these messages. It's going down Friday the 13th, the first ever of its kind. The 24-hour live stream that we're going to do, we're going to break history. This is the Knicks Fanathon. The only way to catch this live stream is to come to the YouTube channel, because listen, we're on the road to 10,000 subscribers. Right now, we're around 2,200. The goal is to boost this up to a high level. And listen to me, I am prepared to go more than 48 hours if I had to, because the goal is to take this channel to 10,000. And look, I'm prepared and I'm ready. It's going to be an action-packed show. We're going to have a lot of special guests. You're going to want to make sure you tuned in all the shows you love, from the Blue and Orange Brunch to Level-Headed Knicks Talk to Knicks Nocturnal to Where There's Smoke, There's Fire Fridays. Listen, all of the shows is going down on a special day. We're going to bring in All-Star Weekend and celebrate it the right way. You can only do so by making sure you tap in, subscribe, share this with a friend, because they want to also be a part of this history, because it's the first of its kind. And I look forward to seeing you there Friday the 13th. Definitely is going down in a major, major way. February the 13th, the day before V-Day, bringing in All-Star Weekend. Oh, and by the way, we do got some Knick news and All-Star Weekend as well we're going to get to. I actually do got a caller. Oh, boy. Let me get the disclaimer up right now. Wait, hold on. Do I got a disclaimer on here? I don't, but I'm just warning you guys. The views and opinions expressed by this next caller does not represent the Objective Knicks fan and none of his sponsors, okay? Let's see if I can get this brother on the line. Keep the calls coming. 646-995-8389. Call up, voice your opinion.
KP.
Oh, my God. What's going on?
Can you hear me?
Man, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I definitely can. Hold on. Let me check my settings out. Hold up.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can, brother. Hold on. I got to get my man Detroit right.
Can't hear you.
Hold on, Detroit. Hold on. I'm making an adjustment. Can you hear me now, Detroit? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Hold on, let me get him back. Hey, Detroit, what's going on?
What's going on, my brother?
Hey, man, nothing much, man. Number 2 in the building, man. We just having a conversation. Where you want to go, brother?
Man, just enjoying this Knicks pack right now, man. This Knicks pack is
Oh,
special.
God.
Listen, man, I got some names for you that you should get. I think you
Okay.
should go after Shorter in Cleveland. You know, that was our backup point guard last year. He did a lot for us off the bench.
Okay.
And I would say Chris Paul, but they're not going to cut Chris Paul. But Shorter and DeMar DeRozan's would be our best bet.
Now,
Because
DeRozan, we talking. Now we talking.
well, you got to have somebody that can check bigger guards. I told you when I first talked to you that we're going to just shoot over you. Remember the first time we talked, I told you we just going to back your guards down and shoot over them? And that's what we do. We back them down and take them to the hole because they too short. They good players, but if you 6'1", they're going to shoot over you now. You know, point guards are 6'6", 6'5", 6'8", 6'7". You know what I'm saying? Everybody that's playing point is, you know, Luka 6'8", you feel me? LeBron. So you need somebody like that that's going to drive to the hole. It's cool you got Alvarez for the attitude and the spirit of New York, but you need somebody that's a shooter and that can play some D as well. You know, Schroeder gives you that shooter mentality, leader mentality, and he can play defense. And the same thing, I don't know about DeRozan. He bring the offense, but his defense is questionable. What you think about that?
I think DeRozan is probably the best name that's going to be available. But I think we need size. I want that kid Chris Boucher, man. 6'8". Y'all don't want to see him. You don't. He
I
plays
think it's
defense.
but I think it's a salary cap for this. I think it's 13 million or 14 million. You can't go over, or it's something like that. You got to check into it, but I think it's a limit on who you can get that gets cut. But DeMar DeRozan, they supposed to be cutting him because they said they don't make a deal for him, they're gonna cut him. But
Right.
that'll be our best bet, man. You know what I'm
Well, we
saying?
can't to piggyback really quickly. We can't get DeRozan because of the rule you just said. Is anybody who makes over that $14 or $12 million, we can't
Right.
sign because we're an apron team. We couldn't even get him.
So my thing with you is, do you think you can win with this team? I think you can win a series or two, but I don't think you can go and win an Eastern Conference Finals with this team. I'm just being honest with you.
I think so. I think so. I think the East is weak, bro. No. I don't want to say the East is weak. I want to say I think we got a heads up against the East. I rather say, I'm not gonna say weak. I hate when people say that. The East is not weak.
But this is what you don't understand. Anything can happen in playoffs. Players get hurt. You see what I'm saying? Players from other teams get hurt. So, you know, Brunson is injury prone in the playoffs. The way he plays, he's injury prone. So,
I'm glad the clock came because you wilding out now, brother.
All right.
But thank you for the call. I appreciate you, number 2.
For sure.
Big time. Yeah, he was wilding. I'm glad Maxi's voice came at the right time. Once again, salute to Detroit, man. You see, Detroit, you know, they got some cool fans. Even though, you know, we gets it in, but it's always good talk. I disagree with his guards posting us up because he's never really seen us with our guards really healthy. You feel me? Like he every time we saw them, we were hurt. I'm not making an excuse. They beat us. There's no excuse. I'm just saying matchup wise, we're not as small as he thinks we are. And if we bring in this kid, Chris Boucher, I think it'll be fire. But keep the calls coming, man. 646-995-8389. We talking about a whole lot of topics. Matter of fact, what I could do, give me a second. We got some news today on the All-Star game as well. See if I can get this on the screen. Get my man JJP up in the building. What's good, JJP? NYC. Talk to me, brother.
What's good with you? What's good with you?
Not much, man. We just talking Knicks late night. We got Mitchell Robinson. We got Giannis might go somewhere else. We got Jordan Clarkson. Where you want to go, brother? There's a whole lot to talk about.
First off, I want to say, listen, Detroit fans have to call into this show or any other Knicks-related show because they're not going to get this type of dedication to a basketball team anywhere else. The Lakers don't even have this.
I hear you, brother.
So y'all could pay your $5 and call back up.
Pay the $5. Yes.
Times because you're not going to get it anywhere else. You're not going to get this type of support anywhere else. Detroit hater number 2. You're not gonna get it anywhere else, sir. Don't matter how. He doesn't understand it. This whole thing started with 2 content creators. I'm not gonna shout out anybody else's channel, but this whole thing started with 2 other content creators who are Knicks fans during the 17-win season. That's what kicked this whole thing off, more or less. So they don't understand. The team could be suck like you know what, and we still gonna be here. What about them? They have to shut down their whole stadium because their team got into a fight. They
Let's go.
Dynamite in the stadium and got rid of it and built another one across the street.
Let's
because
go.
They team got in a fight.
You dropping some bars, JJP.
So I don't
definitely dropping some bars.
Nobody about that. Listen, the Knicks got their ass whooped last night by 40.
That's facts.
And they got their ass whooped the time before by 30. Listen, we lost them every single game to Detroit and Cleveland last year and came back and whooped on them in the playoffs. So it is what it is. Is this the same as last year with Boston? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But these guys, they really taking this thing a little too seriously. I love the Knicks and all, but they're gone. Like they're acting like like the Detroit Pistons and the Knicks got their 401k in a chokehold or their IRA in a chokehold. Like, listen, man, it's not that deep. All right, man, I'm gonna hop off. I gotta spend time with wife. This is our movie night, so I'm gone, man.
Big time. I appreciate it, JJP. Enjoy movie night, brother.
All right, peace.
All right. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Bringing the fire, that New York City energy, man. Let's go. Don't let these Detroit dudes call up and steal the light. You tell them, man. Yeah. And that's the thing too, right? No, we got to take our crow, right? You know, we lost, right? Fair and square. Detroit won. Salute to them for that. But we worried about the postseason over here, not the regular season. What's good, Rock from the ATL? Talk to me, brother.
Yeah, what up, K? What's good, man?
Hey, man, we got Detroit Pistons calling up while we try to talk Knicks business, man. But where you want to go tonight, brother? Got a lot of topics.
Let's go. Yeah, I'm about to drop a bomb. And you remember The Matrix, the movie The Matrix?
Yes.
You remember when Morpheus pulled Neo out and he tried to explain what the Matrix was to him, and at the end of his speech, how he was trying to resist. He said, "We're nothing but a battery." He had that look on his face like, no.
Yes. Right.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. Shout out to that brother, Skywalker, hater number 2, man.
Yeah.
Because he sounded like the dude I worked with for 15 years. We used to argue all the time. So it's nostalgic when I hear his voice. And he dropped some jewels yesterday when he was talking to him, how he was saying how losing Bill's character. That is true. I will give that to him.
Right.
So you can't be too mad because you want to go through the highs and lows of the valleys so you can be ready for the playoff so nothing shakes you.
Right.
But I don't mind the Detroit haters calling in, man. You know what it is? Yo, the Detroit haters, they're closet Knicks fans, man.
Oh, you go in there.
That's why they call in. Yo, they got that love in their heart. You know what it is? The Knicks is that sexy girl that they couldn't get in high school. So get out of high school. Now they're in their career, whatever they settle. Every once in a while, they think about that girl they couldn't get with. But, they scroll over the Facebook page, see how she doing.
Right.
Damn, we would have been good together. I got this love in my heart. I can never let my wife know because I don't want to get knocked upside the head. So shout out to those brothers, man, because they're closet Knicks fans, man. I mean, look, if the Knicks don't ever go to the playoffs, I'll be rooting for the Brooklyn Nets because I'm from New York, I'm from Brooklyn, so naturally I try to pull. And even when none of my teams are in it, I'm always gonna root for the East Coast because I live on the East Coast anyway.
Right.
But shout out to those Detroit Pistons fans. We love y'all because you love our team. So, when we roll over them, they're going to be mad, but it's like, damn, at least the Knicks beat us. We got beat by the Knicks, so I'm going to kind of share on the low. I just can't let nobody in my family know, or nobody in my state know. So, shout out to them, man.
Bars.
There you go. So have a good night, brother.
Big time. I appreciate you, man.
All right.
Salute. Oh, and also Rock, he might work with you as well because he lives in the ATL, number 2. So it could be the same dude. It might be the same dude that worked with you, Rock. Big time salute. Keep the calls coming 646-995-8389. Yeah, we know, listen, man, we know we lost that game to Detroit, but we ain't tripping over here. Listen, man, we survived the mid 2000s after Ewing. We seen way worse. I mean, Dave Fizdale, Kurt Rambis. I mean, you could go through the names of coaches we see, man. The great Lenny Wilkins. I mean, listen, man, we seen it all, dog. And, we lost. But until the playoffs come, my trump card always is going to be Detroit. Y'all never made it to the second round in like 20 years, dog. Y'all got to get out the second round for me to take y'all serious, dog. Now, you got a good little team. You know what I mean? You got some young good Tigers out there. But they not ready, bro. In the regular season, it's great. But when you get to that postseason, bro, and you going up against some veteran dogs, they all been there before. This is nothing to them. And you got Daniel Jacobs coming down there with the high dribble. I'm not gonna say he dribble. I'm just being funny with that. But it's just a different ball game. Cade Cunningham is I think Cade Cunningham could be the next SGA. I'm keeping it real. I don't think his bag is like SGA. I think SGA is probably better bag wise because the mid range and all of that. But impact wise, he could be one of the top guards in the league. Easy. I don't think he got the bag. That's the only thing I would take with SGA is the mid-range bag. That little being able to get in the mid-range and stop and pop and step backs. And yeah, K got to work on that. But he's young. K could get that. But right now, these Knicks are, listen, bro, we just trying to make it to the postseason. Healthy. We got a lot of injuries. We're not using that as an excuse, but we got a lot to get through right now during this stretch. And I was looking behind the scenes. Let me get this on the screen. I want to show you guys the news we got today. I posted it on TikTok. I didn't post it on YouTube because I knew I was going live. Oh, and by the way, NBA Saturdays will return next Saturday during the Fanathon. When we're doing the Fanathon. I'm sorry I couldn't do NBA Saturdays today. It just was too much going on. So that's why we didn't do NBA Saturday. But it was a lot to talk. Oh my God, I was gonna go in today. For the what do you call it? Okay, I got it. For NBA Saturdays. But it'll be back next week during the Fanathon, all right? Now, so we just got the news today that Brunson, Towns, and H2O will compete for the Knicks in the Shooting Stars event at All-Star Weekend. First off, big time salute to the OG Allen Houston for getting out there. You feel me? Big time salute to him. Of course, Towns and Brunson, they're going to be there. So just makes sense, right? And they're going to compete in the shooting skills or the shooting, what's it? The Shooting Stars? I ain't gonna lie. When I watch Saturday night, I just kind of like, I'm multitasking. So I just normally, I skip to the, the dunk contest and the 3-point contest. I don't really watch the first challenges, but I guess this year I'm going to have to watch it right after I take a 8-hour sleep. But we probably be somewhere with Maxine because that's Valentine's Day. You got to figure it out. But nonetheless, if I don't catch it live, I will catch the replay of our boys in the shooting competition. Okay. And they're going to be going up against Toronto Raptors, Scotty Barnes, right? And Oklahoma City Thunder, Chet Holmgren, okay? And the Atlanta Hawks, okay? So they all got their little teams. And yeah, it's going to be a battle. It's going to be a battle, man. And Yeah, I look forward to it. So hold on. I see Toronto, Charlotte, Atlanta. How come okay, there'll be 4 teams consisting of 2 NBA players and 1 legend. Okay. But it's like 5 teams here. All right, whatever. No, it's 3 teams. I get it. They're just saying, okay, I got it. I got it. Okay. Makes sense. So that's going to be the game tomorrow. Okay? I mean tomorrow. Next week. We got the shooting stars in there. Call up if you want 646-995-8389. Voice your opinion. Can't allow the Detroit Pistons to take over the show. They can. This is a New York show. You know what I mean? But it's good to see the Knicks, H2O back out there. I saw H2O last year at the what is that? Is that the alumni game? There's the alumni celebrity game they do every year. And I ain't gonna lie. I don't think I see Houston make a shot. But he looks good. He looks good. Hopefully they could get it done. Especially, I see some Pistons out there too. They're gonna have Rip Hamilton out there. So yeah, we can't allow Detroit to win nothing. Can't allow Detroit to win nothing. Damn. I peeked into the chat. By the way, big time salute to Cash. I see you just joined the Discord. To all the channel members, man, you gotta join the Discord. All right. That's where we get it in. And tomorrow morning, we will be getting it in. Well, tomorrow early afternoon, for that Boston Celtics game. Tomorrow, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be doing any lives tomorrow because it's the Super Bowl, and people are gonna they're so interested in football. I'd be so glad when the Super Bowl and football is done, so that way basketball could get all the limelight, and now we get all the national headlines. But it is what it is, I guess I'll be watching the game from the crib. I ain't going nowhere. The damn Patriots in the game. I pray the Patriots lose. Okay? I'm happy the Bills lost. Oh my God. I am so first off, hold up. I know this might offend some of y'all, but I don't care. Big up to the Buffalo Bills getting bumped out the whatever round they got bumped out of. I'm so happy, dog. Let me tell you something. I'll be wishing that Buffalo got to the Super Bowl, right? I want Buffalo to get to the Super Bowl. I want them to be up the first 3 quarters. I want them to be up going into the final minute of the game. And then all of a sudden, the opposing team kicks the field goal. And that's how much I want Buffalo to lose. That's how bad I want Buffalo to lose. I can't stand the goddamn Buffalo Bill. Honestly, I don't like the Patriots either. I don't like the Dolphins. But if I had to pick the team that I hated the most out of them 3, yeah, it'll be the Bills. Yeah, I don't rock with Buffalo at all. I'm sorry. I can't. Nah, no dog. No dog. I be seeing people, oh, but they're in New York. I don't give a damn. So what? They New York. What that mean? I don't rock with them. I'm a Jet fan, man. All right. I'm not gonna do a New York City salute to the Jets because they're really bad. And honestly, I haven't even paid attention to no football. Once the Jets lost like their 9th game, I just stopped watching football, dog. I'm like, yeah, there's no reason for me to do this. You know what I mean? I got the Knicks. I'm good. So I have no idea what took place in the playoff. All I know was I was looking for Buffalo. That's it. Buffalo lost. I started rejoicing. Let's get them up out of here. 646-995-8389. Call up, voice your opinion. I'm going to talk about Mitchell Robinson. You know what we'll do? Let's take a look at the Celtics game in the meantime. Let's take a look at the details for this game. Okay, so Boston is a -3.5. I'm not going to lie. This is going to be a tough game tomorrow. Yeah, this is going to be a tough game, y'all. Now, I'm not saying we can't win. I didn't really do an official scouting report for this game because I normally do that on the Blue and Orange Morning Show, and I put in a lot of effort in my scouting reports. But I watched a lot of Boston games this year. Like I literally had to watch at least 17 games, so I pretty much got a feel for who they are as a team. They are legit. Yeah, the Boston Celtics are for real. They're a real threat. They're gonna have Vujacic, and he's gonna make a difference. Now, right now, hold on. I didn't watch the last game they played, so hold on. This is what I'll do. Before I pull up the depth chart. Oh, look at my fantasy team. My fantasy team is mean, dog. HRM, BS10 258. Y'all in trouble, dog. Y'all in trouble. Look at my fantasy team, y'all. I know this has nothing to do with what we talk about, but for the channel members, we got a fantasy basketball league. So this is why you should join the channel, because I'm always coming up with unique ways to make the channel members' lives great. And so this is one of the things that HRM actually came up with this idea, and then we ran the tournament. So yeah, I'm cooking my cousin right now. That's his team. Anyway, nonetheless, let's see who's out. So they got Tatum on the injury report. I heard somewhere that they were saying Tatum was supposed to be trying to make it. Man, Tatum need to sit out the year. It ain't worth it, dog. Yeah, the Celtics are going to be good. By the way, I'm going to try my best to do the members only show tomorrow. I would love to do it early before the game. If I don't do the members show early tomorrow, I definitely will make it up. Because the Super Bowl football threw my whole joint off. You feel me? Because, normally I do members only. Well, I'm not going to say normally, but I wanted to start doing members only Sunday. But now I know the football game is on, and then the Knicks come on at 12:30. So it's like, when are we going to be able to go live? Hold on, let me get my man on the line. We do got another caller. What's good, D from Los Angeles, brother? Talk to me, family.
Yo, you good?
Everything good, man. Just living life, talking about Knicks late night on the Saturday. What say you?
Good. So I wanted to circle back on a conversation we had yesterday.
Okay,
where I
let's
talked
go.
about a conversation about Jalen Brunson and his contract, right?
Yes.
What I said prior to him getting the extension, what I believe he wasn't going to get, and what I believe he's not going to get going forward. And you gave an example of Steph Curry being a smaller guard, because I use the smaller guard as a reason why I believe he's not going to get that from Leon.
Right.
And you said Steph Curry. Couple of things, right? Number one, Steph Curry's ankle injuries early in his career is why he didn't really get max contracts early or throughout his career until he got the max contract, which is why they were able to build with KD, right? Secondly,
okay.
He got his contracts before the second apron, right? And another thing is he's not an on-ball guard, he's off-ball, so he's not as ball dominant as the examples that I gave, Jalen Brunson, John Morant, Trae Young, things of that sort. Lastly, if he's going to get another extension, the Warriors benefit more if he retires a Warrior than him switching teams. So those are just kind of context, Steph Curry specifically. But I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
Going forward, Supermax players get $70 million a year. Yeah. $70 million a year plus. You're the GM of the Knicks. Jalen Brunson's contract is coming up. Are you giving him $70 million a year?
If I can't get Giannis, I have no choice. That's the only caveat for me. Like, if you can't get somebody better, you're going to have to. Unfortunately.
Gotcha.
Based on everything you're saying, I'm not saying what you were saying was wrong. It's just that we don't got no other option. We're kind of trapped with Jalen Brunson.
Right. And then to your point about Giannis, I just want to say this before I go. Giannis, nah, bro, I'm good. I'm good on Giannis.
Are you good? Okay.
I'm good on the character that I think is happening now. I don't know if you saw the Kelsey thing.
Yeah.
You saw the Kelsey thing?
You said the what?
The Kelsey. Did you see that?
Was that not the Wolf of Wall Street? You're not talking about that, right?
Okay, so after the Wolf of Wall Street thing, right, today, he announced that he's a partner of Kelsey. Kelsey being a betting site that made $29 million betting if Giannis was going to be traded. He just announced that he's
okay.
right. I'm like, yo, be careful, buddy. You know what I mean? I really wanted the dude, but I don't know. It's just looking a little shaky. Either way, though, as you said, it seems like Brunson is going to be our guy long term. So it is what it is. I just want to get your perspective, though. But good point.
Big time. I appreciate you, brother. No, good point from you as well.
Yeah. No
All
problem.
right.
Thank you.
Big time. So yeah, I mean, I understand. See, I like D from Los Angeles because he always thinks outside the box. What my pushback wasn't because he was necessarily wrong. I was just saying that I think that because now I added the context that I don't think you're going to get nobody better, right? If you can't get Giannis, because at least if you had Giannis, then you could be like, all right, Brunson, we can't work out a deal. Let's move you. But because you got Towns too, right? So are you going to give Towns a bag, right? That's another element I didn't get a chance to say for him because it's like OG Anunoby makes more money than Jalen Brunson. That's crazy to me. So there's a lot of factors that go into the bag. And because he has been the best thing since Ewing, that's another thing. That's another reason. But if we lose bad, if we getting bumped in the first round and Orlando catches us and passes us and Boston's ahead of us and Cleveland's ahead of us and Detroit's maybe then too, just to add that as well. I think team performance also plays a role. And then, Brunson, he's kind of like a Mr. Miyagi. So he might be like, just give me 45. That's another element that you just don't know. But if he wants the bag, you got to pay him. Especially if he wins the championship. See, that's the other side to the caveat. If he wins the championship, he's getting paid. He'll be a Knick for the rest of his life. James Dolan will never, ever let him go anywhere. Forget Leon Rose. Dolan would be like, listen, you pay that man whatever he wants if we were to win the championship. Now, if we fumbling and bumbling, that's a different story. But 646-995-8389. Call up, voice your opinion. Hey, what's good, brother?
What's going on, guys?
Oh, wait, this is Figgy. Okay, my bad.
This is Figgy. No, you're good.
I saved your number the wrong way. I got okay. It's a man's name I saved. My fault. Anyway, Figgy, what's going on? Talk to me. Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah,
where you want to go?
It looks like there's some Detroit guys still in their feelings in the chat. I just wanted to give them a shout out. Shout out to all our Detroit people in the chat. Thank you for coming over. No, thank you for coming over and supporting quality Knick creators like yourself. We love it. Bring the energy, bring the engagement, bring the views, bring the comments. We love it. Thank you for not wasting your time on trash Detroit sites. We love it. Bring it.
Fire.
I love it.
Let's go.
Who's real? I mean, look, the fact of the matter is, guys, I think real Knicks fans, and we're not saying this because we're being cocky. We're not worried about Detroit in the playoffs. Detroit is doing victory laps because they're beating us in regular season games.
Right.
It is, and they're beating us with no OG, no Cat, no Josh, no Deuce. All right. They're beating us with just, if you're going to go out there, if I'm going to go beat up a blind, half-deaf, crippled old lady in a wheelchair, I'm not going to brag about it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We just, for whatever reason, and look, as a Knicks fan, I can say this. It drives us crazy that we don't take the regular season game seriously. Knicks fans, we already know this. Why do the Knicks do this to us as fans? They do not take regular season games seriously. We just don't. But then when it comes time for the playoffs,
oh yeah,
we just turn it on. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. They abuse us all regular season. Then comes the playoffs, and they go on a crazy run. And then we forgive and forget. We shut down 7th Avenue. We're jumping off of billboards. The Knicks are the best thing in the world. Now, I will give some props to the Pacers. The Pacers, for whatever reason, they have our number year after year. But the Celtics beat us by 40 points opening game last season. We couldn't catch them all last year. Handled them in 6. Detroit, same thing. This was Detroit last year. They beat us 3 out of 4. What was the story last year? Cade's a better player than Brunson. Yep. Detroit's too physical for us. Blah blah blah. And we ended their season. We kicked them out the first round. Ended it in 6. And in all honesty, should have ended it in 5. We took our foot off the gas. The Knicks do this test every year. It's like an abusive, dysfunctional relationship we fans have with the Knicks. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying, man.
I know. I go back to the 90s, so I definitely know. But I appreciate you, Figgy. I'm going to lock in your name correctly this time. I'm sorry about that. Because you're like the only lady that calls it. You're one of the few ladies that call in. So
love it. All
right. All right, that's Figgy. I got her name saved as a different name. I had to do better, man. I'm sorry. Big time salute to Figgy. If you guys want to call in to interrupt me, you guys can. I'm just talking a little bit about. I'm not doing the full scouting report on this game, but this is what the injury report is looking like. Honestly, if I'm a betting man, I don't think Hart's going to play, but he might, and I don't think Towns is going to play tomorrow. I don't think Towns is going to play. I think that I may need more time. Now, I don't have no inside knowledge on that, right? I'm just assuming because, you got to take those eye lacerations or cuts very serious. And they need time to heal because it will continue to be a nuisance if he gets hit in the eye again, which could possibly happen. As far as on the Boston side, they ain't got no injuries, dog. They coming with the fire and desire. They bringing the whole ship for you. And they have been on a tear like us. They beat Miami in a tough game. Okay. They beat Houston. They smacked Houston, but everybody's been beating up on Houston recently. They beat Dallas. Dallas, top 10 defense. Milwaukee, we're not even going to talk about that. In Sacramento, yeah, we good. But those other 3 wins to me are legit. They are a really good offense, man. And Jaylen Brown is looking like a top 5 MVP. If he's not he's definitely going to be MVP, but he definitely should be first team. I think right now you're talking about SGA, Jokic, if he can make it. I think Jokic can only miss one more game. I think Luka's out of the running. Who else is in the top? I think Wemby's also out of the running in the top. It has to be SGA, Jokic if he could make it. Jaylen Brown, 100%. Cade Cunningham, I hate to admit it, but Cade Cunningham, definitely. And then I'm throwing Brunson in there too. Those would be my MVPs, my top 5 first teamers right there. Based on injuries and things of that nature. Jaylen Brown is for real, y'all. Now, is he the best 2-way player in the world? I wouldn't say that. But he is playing excellent basketball. And this kid, Cater, man, if Towns can't go tomorrow, Mitchell Robinson, who we will be talking about tonight, you cannot drop the ball on this Cater matchup. This guy is half your size. He's playing phenomenal. Well, I guess he's not that small. But on the floor, he looks slimmer. Anyway, nonetheless, Mitchell Robinson, you're bigger than him. Do not let this guy muscle you. He is one of the best defensive starting centers in basketball. Fact, he needs to get a bag. Matter of fact, what's this guy's contract? Let me see if this kid Cater, let's pull this kid up. If this kid Cater is a free agent and Mitchell Robinson is tripping, man, I don't think Boston would do a deal with you. But let me see what this kid's salary is. Oh, look at the Celtics got him locked up. Do you believe this? Do you believe this? They got this young brother locked up on a $2.6 million deal. He's the starting center. Could you imagine? Oh, my God. Yo, the Boston Celtics, man, as much as I dislike their franchise, their general managers done an incredible job. And I'm going to be talking more about Boston tomorrow if I could do the members only show. I'm praying I could. It's a follow-up to a video I did based on the 48 laws of power. You know how they say you destroy your enemies totally. Well, I did an unfiltered thought saying that we did that to Boston, but based on the way things are looking, these dudes are alive and well. We didn't destroy nothing. All we did was gave them fuel to retool really quickly because I didn't get a chance to catch this game. I've been so busy. Did Vujacic? Oh, they brought Vujacic off the bench, but he cut my man minutes, yo. They cut my man Cater's minutes. I wonder if it's because of the foul trouble. I gotta watch this game. I'm gonna watch this game. I'm gonna try to watch this game tonight or early before we play them because I need to see why Cater got the 22 minutes. It looks like it's the full fouls. It looks like it's the full fouls. And hold on. They got Pritchard off the bench now. Damn, yo, let me tell y'all. Yo, listen. As much as I hate Boston, bro, and trust me, I hate Boston. Joe Mazzulla is a hell of a coach, bro. This right here, this is a boss move. Start Hauser so you get bigger, even though Hauser, you know, it's not like Hauser's going to defend nobody, but he brings size to the lineup. And you saw this kid, Luka Garza. How tall is he? 6'10". Look at the size they got in the lineup. Hauser's like, what, 6'8", 6'7", right? The Garza kid is 6'10", and Cater, 7 foot. Brown, he's the 2 guard at 6'7", and Derek White is the point guard at 6'5". They instantly become way bigger. And now, because they traded Simmons, he's out of there. Now Pritchard becomes a 6th man again. And look at what he's doing off the bench. 36 minutes, 24 points. Great coaching. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I normally try to guarantee you a victory, y'all. This is going to be a very difficult game. Our record on the road against 500 teams, let me see if I can get that really quick. It's really bad. I think we're at 3. After the Detroit Pistons game, I think we're at 3-14. I'm going to stat check that. We are bad, bro. On the road against 500 and above teams. It's not the road, right? And it's not just 500 and above teams. It's when we play those guys, when we play them on the road. So Boston's playing great basketball, all right? They're playing phenomenal basketball. They was in a tough game with Miami, and they won 5 games in a row after losing to the Atlanta Hawks. So I'm still getting this stat for you. I don't know, y'all. This is going to be a hard one to win, bro. I can't cap, yo. I'm not the objective capper. I am the objective fan who always keeps it real with you guys. This is going to be tough. Now, if Cat plays, we'll have a shot because Cater playing really good defense, looking like Mutombo out there. You know, they said the numbers was when this kid was on the floor that they had the #1 defense in basketball. And he elevates the Boston Celtics defensively to that much of heights that they become a top-ranked defense. So, yeah, this game is going to be pretty difficult. I'm still getting them stats for you really quickly. By the way, if you notice any stat that I tell you, some of the stats may be different from what they are going to tell you. And the only reason why there's going to be a difference is because the way I keep track of my stats is I don't change the record after the loss. So meaning like, let's say we beat the Chicago Bulls, right? And they're a 500 and above team. If they become under 500, I'm not changing it. I go by your record. You are what your record is at that moment. I'm not going back to change it. So they change it. That's why the numbers are different. All right. But our record against 500 and above teams on the road is 3-12. 3-12 on the road. That's how bad we are. At home, we're 7-4. So we beating the 500 and above teams, just not on the road. That's why Detroit That's my trump card. Y'all come to the Garden on the 19th. I think it might get ugly for you. We're really good at home against good teams, but we're really bad on the road against good teams. It just is what it is. And Mitchell Robinson has to step up no matter what, because my eyes are on him. So what you think about the Boston game, you guys could call up and let me know what your thoughts are. Big time salute to my man AP for the super chat. Let's see. He said, Karan, probably irrelevant now, but did you catch the SKF show this morning? These Pistons fans won the championship game yesterday. I saw parts of it. I saw he had a dude on the panel from Detroit. I was in and out because I had a crazy busy day, but I didn't get a gist of everything that was said on the show. But I did see them have a conference, and my man Jay Chosen, big time salute to Jay Chosen, who called up last night. I saw when he was like telling the Pistons fans that, you know, you guys gotta be respectful. I didn't really catch the gist of what happened. I seen it was a 6-hour show, but yeah, I mean, it is what it. See, I know how to deal with the Pistons fans. You feel me? You see how when they call up this show, you know, you got 3 minutes. So that's one thing. I put you on the clock. You feel me? So you can't go too crazy. But, you know, it is what it is. I give them the voice to speak, but you're on the clock, and and anything that you say that's crazy, I'm gonna correct it. And that's just how I deal with the Detroit Pistons. You feel me? But no, I didn't catch the whole show. But yeah, they are treated. But see, AP, this is what you got to understand. They hadn't been out of the first round in 20 years or 18 years. You're talking about 2008. Most of these fans that's online trolling, they were either 2, 3, 4 years old, or they wasn't even born. A lot of these guys are kids that are trolling. The ones that are like, you know, delusional. But you see the ones that call in here, like number 2, he's kind of cool, even though he says kind of wacky stuff sometimes. But, you know, he's a cool dude. Detroit hater number, what's the other one? 7, right? One of the other haters sent me a text saying we were the better team. That was before the game. But guess what? After the game, he never sent me a text bragging and saying, oh, yeah, nah, I take it back. Nah, he stood by his quest, you know, his statement. And all of the Pistons fans that called in the here, they all said that they thought the Knicks were the better team coming into the season. Now they're getting confident. But, yeah, yo, the Pistons fan, listen, I want to smoke with you all. A Celtic fan followed me on Instagram today. He also does content. I'm thinking about inviting him up here to Where There's Smoke, There's Fire. Them shows, you know what I'm saying? And I want to have, you know, good level-headed conversations. Put it like this. If we didn't have the Super Bowl, I would be like, yo, let's do a show with I would have hit the Celtic dude up like, yo, can you call into a show tomorrow? You feel me? And he said, AP said, these guys try to say our city was trash. You see, it's not going. See, you can't call up and say that because I'm going to always put you on the spot because, see, I have basketball conversation. And I don't mind hanging up the line either. You know, I'll bang it on you too. You feel me? And I'll block you. Like I had to block private numbers because one night they were calling out the number 100 times. You know, now there is no private numbers calling the show. You feel me? Now you got to put your number in there. I got to at least see where you at. And then when I see the wacky area codes, I'm like, all right, where you calling from? But we got Knick Nation everywhere. So I also got to make sure that they're Knick Nation. And they normally would tell me, you know, I'm out of New York, but I'm living out here. So it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, those guys, the delusional guys, you don't have a place on this channel. The cool ones that want to talk see, I talk basketball. I don't talk about this one is this. I don't throw ad hominem attacks. I don't say this guy is soft. You don't get that from me. When you come here, you get real basketball. So now the people who call up, they're gonna say what they gotta say. That's why I put the disclaimer up. I need to add the disclaimer to this scene, but that's a whole nother topic. But it is what it is. When you call up to this show, you better be prepared to talk basketball or you just gonna look stupid. Like I had Detroit hater number 8. Remember? He called up last night, Detroit hater number 8. He tried to come off with the trolling energy. I said, where are we going? He calling up the show, you cursing. Where are we going? And I got him in line, and I put him in the trap to the point where, how many of you guys remember this? He said, "Oh, the game was rigged" when we beat them in the playoffs. So you know what I said in response? I said, "Well, the game last night was rigged." Like, what do we like when they take it from basketball? You got to show them how silly they are, and then bring it back to basketball. And that's how I deal with them. But if you're talking crap, Maxine's there, AP's there, they gonna get you up out of here. But if they're not being disrespectful, let them rock. But if they being disrespectful, they got to get the hell up out of here. Because I'm here to talk basketball. This is high level, level-headed Knicks talk basketball. I don't do delusional, "Oh, we gonna win the championship" talk here. I don't do that. My delusional Knicks fan days are way behind me. To the point where the old me wouldn't even be able to recognize this version of me. But yeah, if you want to call up 646-995-8389, I'm going to jump into the Giannis stuff. Oh yeah, we got some Giannis stuff. A lot of you guys rejoiced. You were happy. Yes! No Giannis! But every day we still talking about Giannis. You know why? I didn't even, luckily when because I didn't even make that call. I was so busy today, I didn't really get a chance to read up on a lot of my NBA news. I didn't even know about the little sponsorship company deal he worked out today with the company that put I got to look into that because that might be another show. I don't know. But what I did see was, hold on, I could have I had it on the screen. Did I close it out? What I did see was Jake Fisher. Screw it. I just talk from here. I keep it on me. So Jake Fisher, in that same Hoops Hype article where it said the Knicks were looking at the big man and Cruz Boucher was available, Jake Fisher also says some things that were pretty interesting. One of the things he said was that because Utah and Washington, they spent the bag on JJ, Triple J, and Washington spent the bag on Anthony Davis, that those are two teams that won't have any money going forward. Right? So now, instead of 10 teams, 8 teams will have money. What that does is, Mitchell Robinson, I'm going to get to him next, it all correlates. The guys that are on the market next year may be in trouble because there's going to be less teams with less money to spend. So what happens? The same thing that happened last season. Guys start signing for the low. Mitchell Robinson. But that was one of the interesting things I took note of, he said. And then he also talked about the Lakers. And he brought up an interesting Giannis angle when it came to the Lakers. The Lakers probably, if not the Nets, they will have the most money to spend on free agents. And there's a way for them to get Luka. There's a way for them to get Luka. There's a way for them to get Giannis, right? And I ain't gonna lie, when I heard that, I was like, damn. I ain't gonna say I was scary, but I did feel like I was in the woods. Because I'm like, once again, the Lakers go out and do what I said they were gonna do. I told you, the Lakers are gonna show you how to win the championship. You get the superstar and you build around them. You don't just get a team and you put it together and it looks nice and now you go compete. No, you get the star player and then you put the talent. Everybody is up for grabs in LA. Everybody. The reason why, and this is what Jake Fisher said, the reason why they didn't take on salary or much salary or even are going to be so aggressive. They did sign somebody, I think a Kobe kid, some kid they signed from the buyout market, is because they don't want no long-term contracts messing up their all-season plans to attract moves for star players. Austin Reeves is balling. He's on my fantasy team. But he's still, they're allowing him to go into free agency because guess what? Jake Fisher said the market is going to be smaller and less teams going to have to go. So guess what's going to have to happen to Austin Reeves? They're going to have to sign and trade him. Sign and trade. Now, does Austin Reeves want to go to Milwaukee? Probably not. But now if we get a third team like the Nets that need a star or somebody who they feel can be an all-star, now they may be willing to help you send picks to Milwaukee. And check this. Back in 2020, before the Jrue Holiday deal, there were reports that Giannis was considering Dallas or LA to leave Milwaukee then. Guess who was on Dallas? Luka Doncic. Euros. Remember his comment about Euros to New York and Euros to LA? Remember that? Luka is a Euro. And it was reported that he wanted to play with the Euro. We know that Nike always pressures their guys to go to big markets. Hell, if you can't get to New York, you might as well go to LA. We're talking about multiple billions of dollars based on what that market will provide. So when I told y'all that, hey, the Knicks should go get Giannis now, it was because my concern is always the LA Lakers because they always get the superstar talent. And while we're sitting here worried about our guys who are not on a superstar level, other teams are jockeying in position to get these guys. So there's a good chance that Giannis could be in LA. With the way the market is situated, less teams with money to spend, that means that it's a buyer's market. That means that the teams have the advantage, like the Knicks. How was we able to get Jordan Clarkson? He couldn't go nowhere else. Nobody else had the money. So if I'm to sign for the same 3.6, then I could go anywhere I want to and get the 3.6 because I already got my bag because I was bought out. I'm going to go to the team I want to go to, like DeMar DeRozan. If he gets bought out, where do you think that he's going to go? He's going to go to LA, New York, or a market that he desires because it's a level playing field. Not New York. I'm sorry. He can't. Okay, let me take that back. DeRozan can't go to any team. If you're an April team, he can't go there. But guess where he could go? Take a wild guess where he could go. I'm going to say that for tomorrow. But I'm going to say this. Giannis to LA is a very scary sight. Very scary sight. So yeah, when I found that news out, man, it was crazy. So I'm about to get into Mitchell Robinson. Remember what I said about the free agency market? Because it also correlates to Mitchell Robinson. the so-called blockness monster, the so-called best offensive rebounder in basketball. We're going to talk about him next after these messages. It's going down Friday the 13th, the first ever of its kind. The 24-hour live stream that we're going to do, we're going to break history. This is the Knicks Fanathon. The only way to catch this live stream is to come to the YouTube channel because, listen, we're on the road to 10,000 subscribers. Right now, we're around 2,200. The goal is to boost this up to a high level. And listen to me. I am prepared to go more than 48 hours if I had to, because the goal is to take this channel to 10,000. And look, I'm prepared and I'm ready. It's going to be an action-packed show. We're going to have a lot of special guests. You're going to want to make sure you tuned in all the shows you love, from the Blue and Orange Brunch to Level-Headed Knicks Talk to Knicks Nocturnal to Where There's Smoke, There's Fire Fridays. Listen, all of the shows is going down on a special day. We're going to bring in All-Star Weekend and celebrate it the right way. You can only do so by making sure you tap in, subscribe, share this with a friend, because they want to also be a part of this history, because it's the first of its kind. And I look forward to seeing you there Friday the 13th. Big time salute. The Knicks Fanathon is going down February the 13th. That's a Friday, the first ever 24-hour. And I do mean 24-hour. Yo, we got everything mapped out. It's going to be lit. Oof. And yo, I'm actually going to try to do the whole 24 hours. No sleep breaks. Of course, intermission, but listen. It's going to be epic because I'm a vampire. Like the other day, I stayed up 20 hours in a row. Now, I wasn't live streaming for 20 hours, but I was up for 20 hours. I said, yo, I did 20 hours. What's 4 more? And I'm prepared for it. And it's going to be a movie. Big time salute to my man AP for the super. By the way, being that he sent in that super, if you can't call up, you could always send in the super. I will respond to it, whether it be Cashapp, Linktree, or Super Chat. I definitely will respond to your message like my man AP contributing to the show. We do appreciate you, man. You are an MVP donor, man. And I'm going to get into your message in a second, but I just wanted to let the people know that this option is there. Also, if you called up and you want to call back, we do got the callback option. It's the $5 callback option. Sometimes it gets crazy. Sometimes people are saying something you don't want, you disagree with, and you're like, man, this dude is bugging out. So you could always do that as well, okay? Just to give you guys a heads up as to how the show operates. AP says we need the big players to go to New York, but we do know where they're not going, and take a guess. Yo, that's 100% facts. And honestly, I'm trying to understand. Now, of course, we know, but I'm trying to figure out what changed from the late 70s and 80s to now. Because back in the day, we always had star players. And when I say talk star players, I'm not just talking about MVPs, because there could only be one MVP. But we had all NBAs, first teamers. Bernard King was a first team All NBA. First team All NBA. Bob McAdoo, first team All NBA. Those teams, not Bernard King because he got hurt, they would have won. If Bernard would have never got hurt, they would have won. trust me, they would have won. Ewing and Bernard King, championship. But he got hurt. Those New York teams had the recipe for success that these teams now don't have. You go back, we did it on this show. We went back to 1958. Every team that won the championship had a first teamer or an MVP. Only us Knicks fans think we could just overrule the rule. Only the Pistons were the exception. They had 4 All-Stars. Do you look at this Knicks team and say we got 4 All-Stars? They're the only exception to the rule. The only exception. But that Pistons team was phenomenal. Would you say that this Knicks team is phenomenal? They could be. We got to see what happens in the postseason. But right now, do they look phenomenal? I don't think they look phenomenal. And by the way, that Pistons team made the trade for Rasheed Wallace mid-season. Don't forget that part. This Knicks team, we didn't make the big trade. It's okay. We'll see what's going to happen because Leon, I believe in Leon. Hold on. Leon, we trust, right? New York City, salute to Leon. He said that our singular focus is to winning a championship. So I don't expect anything less. Let's see what happens. Am I confident enough to say that? No, I think we could get to the finals. I do believe that. I think we're talented enough to get to the finals. But are we talented to get over the hump? Will Jalen Brunson be first team? I'm rooting for him. But he has some stiff competition, boy. He has some stiff competition for first team. Because right now, as much as I hate to give any Detroit Piston the bone, I might put Cade ahead of Brunson. And it's only because of the team success. That's it. If we catch Boston, I mean, if we catch Detroit and we pass them, I give Brunson the head. That's just how I think. I think that you have to be a top team for you to get certain considerations. That's just the way my brain is programmed. Big time salute, AP. He said Maxine has been the greatest addition to this show in 25, 26. I know she's going to love to hear that. Because she always remind me, you see the work I'm doing for you? Big time salute, AP. She's going to appreciate that. That's fire. Hold on. That deserves all types of sound bites. Hold on. We got to do all types of stuff. We got to give it a New York, the air horns, the applause. Yeah, she definitely did her thing, man. She's doing her thing. She's the executive producer of the year and more. Big time salute. I appreciate that message, but I know she appreciates it more, and she's going to always remind me that AP said that. So big time salute, AP. As I go on this Giannis / Mitchell Robinson rant. It's just facts. I'm the objective fan. I'm not the delusional Knicks fan. Just the way it is. I look at the top 3 teams. Okay. I'm looking at the best players on those teams in these conferences, and those are my top 5, top 6. I don't think you should be in the MVP conversation if your team is below 3rd seed. It's just the way I see it. That's just the way I see it. But to bring us to Mitchell Robinson, if you guys want to call up, you can. 646-995-8389. There's some interesting things to discuss about Mitch because you guys know I've been riding with the Mitch ads. I'm like, no, don't trade Mitch. I even joined the you got to pay Mitch team as well. I think you got to pay Mitch, right? Oh yeah, Max, I just read it. I'm not sure where you are, Max. I just read it. He said he sent another super chat. Yeah, I got it. I appreciate you, Max, making sure I'm on point. Let me make sure I got all the super chat. I think I saw it. Yeah, I think I got it. All right, cool. Oh, okay. I see the Statue of Liberty, New York, big time. All right. So yeah, like I was saying, to bring it back to Mitchell Robinson. I was rooting for him. I said that he deserves the bag and you got to pay him. But then I'm not going to act like last night didn't happen. So I'm the objective fan, right? So I don't just look at one game and say, the brother had a bad game. So yeah, he's terrible. No, but what I did was I just wanted to do some research. Just wanted to do some research, okay? You guys know that's what I do. So in doing my research, I stumbled onto a couple of interesting things about Mitchell Robinson, okay? Now, as great as he's been, and look, he's had some monstrous performances, right? 16 rebounds against Philly the last time, right? I'm sorry, no, this was the first loss. Take that back. 15 rebounds against Toronto. By the way, Mitch was phenomenal in that first loss against Philly. He had like 21 and 16. Nonetheless, but he had some really good performances, right? He stepped up in the Phoenix loss. He stepped up in the Dallas loss, right? And then in the Orlando win, the Cleveland win, the Sacramento win, right? Which was a win that we definitely much needed. And based on these moments, you could add the Denver game, right? These moments is why I said you gotta pay the man. So, but then that second Detroit loss happened. I'm like, damn, though. But the brother is the best rebounder, offensive-wise, in basketball. But then this happens. It's not just one game. You see the Detroit Pistons. He's tied twice to having his season low 3 rebounds. It's not just this game. What about the Orlando game? Remember that when we got smacked by Orlando? What happened? We needed to block this monster. By the way, notice the 3 games, his worst rebounding games, because I went by not points. I went by his rebounds. Notice the 3 losses you see here, his 3 least rebounding games, they all came when he started. They all came when he started as a starter. As a starter. Okay? Keep that in mind. Because my argument has always been that the double big lineup was a bad idea. I always had that. I never liked it from the start. Everybody knows. Everybody points out, well, the double big lineup helped us win that game in Indiana. No. The double big lineup was a -8. I calculated. By the way, I journal. That's why I got the 80. Salute to the 82 night. That's how I know. The double big lineup was a -8 in that win. Karl Anthony Towns dropped 20 points in the 4th quarter without Mitchell Robinson on the floor. All right. So, big time. Oh, hold on. I see AP sent another message. He said, if you see me putting the Statue of Liberty, that's my salute to all of the female Knicks fans. Detroit has none. Ooh! Big time. Big time salute to AP for the other super chat. Hey, brother, I'm going to tell you, I never spoke to a female Detroit Pistons fan in my life. I'm gonna keep it real. I've never spoken to a female. You may be on to something, AP. To all the female Detroit Pistons fans, if you're listening to the show, feel free to call up 646-995-8389 and let me know what you want to talk about. Are you going to tell me how great Detroit is? Do you even know who that Jenkins kid is off the bench? How about Holland? Do you know who he is? How about the guy that you just got? What's his name? Kevin Huerter. You know who that guy is? Yo, AP, you may be on the money, dog. That's a fact. Where are the Detroit Pistons female fans? We never hear from them. I never met one in my entire life. I met Miami Heat female fans. I met Boston female fan. I never met a Detroit Piston female fan. I'm riding with you. So I see you with the Statue of Liberty. Big time salute to all the female Knicks fans. First of all, let me tell you something to make your point even more crazy, AP. Let me tell you how the league works, right? Anywhere between 40 to 44% of the league fans are men. Guess who constitutes the other 40 to 40%, 44%? Women do. Women watch the NBA. Now, they may not be super analytical with the stat tracker, 82 nights, but they watch the games. So, what was the diss that LL Cool J had for cannabis? 99% of your fans are females or wear a dress. And then LL said, well, 99% of your females don't exist. 99% of your fans don't exist. Yo, we dropping bars right now, dog. I appreciate that, AP. Facts. Fire. I hear you, brother. So yeah, keep putting them Statue of Liberties in the chat. J-Tat Mob, I see you in the building from BK to the Bay, late night. But I see you, AP. We rocking out. Channel members, I'm going to try to do a members only live tomorrow. I'm going to try to figure out how I could do it. Because I got to talk about Boston. I got to follow up on that ball. Not the game, but that unfiltered thought I did. You know, destroying your enemies totally. But we definitely didn't do that. And now they came back. And yeah, they're looking kind of menacing right now. But hey, we'll see what happens. If Big Bodega Cat can give it a go, if he can give it a go, we have a shot. Seriously, if Cat can go tomorrow, I think we have a shot. It's going to be a long shot. I can't guarantee you a victory now, but I'm never going to pick against the Knicks. Now, to bring it back to Mitch, AP, look at the games the brother's starting, man. The games the brother's starting and we're losing. Don't you notice that? Isn't that a trend? Forget about the minus 14 and the minus 3 with plus minus and the minus 11. I mean, we were getting smacked. So, of course, your plus minus is going to be net. Anybody who throws plus minus at you like this, they don't really understand basketball like that. Because plus minus is a team stat. So, it's better to use plus minus when you want to show somebody's impact off the bench or in a certain circumstance. It's not oh, you had a good game because you were a +8. No, that's not how you use that stat. Remember, I am Stat Master Miyagi, and it's called Stats with Context. So forget the minus stuff. In these 3 games, Detroit, Orlando, and Philly. Now, I know he had the great game the first time around, but why did Mitchell Robinson have the great game the first time around in Philly? Do you guys remember? I'm going to tell you why. Joel Embiid did not play. He didn't play the first game. Even though we lost, because we were turning over the ball. That's a whole nother topic. But he did not play. When we need Mitch to step up to the plate, man, the brother be missing in action. These 3 games right here, Detroit, Orlando, Philly, I think they hurt his bag, bro. And then when you add this element, see this right here? Hold on. Nope. Let me get this right. Hold on. Try to get this. Oh, no. Let me do date. Yeah. When you add this element, you see this right here? Hold on. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. Nah, see, it's not showing. Okay. Not showing the way I need it to show. Hold on. Because, let me see. Where is his, It's his missed games. I want to see his missed games. Because he missed games too. They're not showing the missed games ever since they went in. Hold on, let me refresh the page. Me back out and go back. Because that's the element I was getting to. The fact that he missed games. Right? And for some reason, they're not showing the missed games. That's really weird. But remember, he missed the first 4 games, and we lost 2 of those games. And that was against, hold on. I'll tell you right now who it was against. So, remember Milwaukee, the first time seeing the Greek Freak? We could have used Mitch in that game. How about Miami, our dislikable rival? We could have used him in that game. I'm sorry that's not showing up. Kind of threw me off. Okay, I guess all right, this is better. All right. So look, he missed the first 4 games of the season. I just pointed out the Miami game. I just pointed out the Milwaukee game. Right? Oh, hold on. AP said something. These guys burned me today and turned me back into a 15-year-old. Damn. Don't allow them guys to burn you and turn you back into a 15-year-old. AP. Damn. That's tough. I hear you though, AP. I definitely hear you, brother. Don't let these guys do that to you. Let me get out of the live chat, AP. Oh, God. AP, man, whatever you want me to break down, I got you, brother. I got to get out of that live chat. Oh, Lord. People talking nonsense in the live chat. Please don't time nobody out. But I'm going to say this. How could the best Knick we had since Patrick Ewing be overhyped? Now, for that to be true, he would not be the best Knick since Patrick Ewing. Just think about that. Since Patrick Ewing, who's better than Jalen Brunson? And if the answer is nobody, then how could he be overhyped? Anyway, let me continue. So my point that I'm saying is that Mitchell Robinson, when we need him, what about this San Antonio Spurs game? We couldn't have used Mitch this game? How about the Atlanta Hawks game? We couldn't use Mitch that game? How is these losses based on inactivity when we could have used him? Not the games that we win. Look, like not Toronto, who don't got Portal, right? Or Washington. You know what I'm saying? Not, okay, he can miss those games. I'm talking about San Antonio, Milwaukee, the Greek Freak. I told you guys about the market, right? There's not going to be a lot of teams with money that's going to throw money at Mitch. His maximum is approximately 4 years, $81 to $85 million. I could be off. It's an estimated amount. Do you really think that based on this, the fact that when he was a starter, his worst 3 rebound games came when he was a starter? How about this? Let me give you what the average pay is for the average pay for the average pay for NBA's players period is $11 million. Do you consider Mitchell Robinson to be an above average player? It's a real question. I'm not taking a slight. I'm curious to know, do you guys believe that Mitchell Robinson is an above average player? The average player makes $11 million. The starting center spot, the average starting center in this league, hold on, let me make sure I get the numbers right. Wait 2 seconds. Hold on, I'm gonna try to get the source on the screen too. I'm gonna try to get the source on the screen as well. Because these numbers I'm saying are very important. They are very important because if Mitchell Robinson is not a starter and he's shown inefficiency in moments where you needed him to start and hold it down, not just one game, not just 2 games, 3 games, and then he missed another 2 or 3 that you needed him for. I'm not mad at load management. So look, I'm not saying that he doesn't deserve the money because he needs to be load managed. I'm saying that he's missing games that are crucial that we could use him to win it. That's my logic. And load management does not guarantee he won't get hurt. Load management is for managing injuries, managing bad knees, managing bad is Mitchell. I've never seen any report, and I could be wrong. Y'all could let me know. But did you guys see a report that said that Mitchell Robinson had ankle soreness? Not load management for ankle. I said he missed a game for any type of inflammation or pain in his ankle. No, they're load managing him so he won't get hurt. This is something that's unprecedented. Like Joel Embiid got bad knees. That's why he's load managed. I didn't get a report saying that Mitchell Robinson's ankles were bad. No, it's a precautionary measure because they don't want him to overexert himself or that ankle. But once again, like I said, load management is usually for people that are coming back from injury, right? Not people that's ongoing. Like, it's like this load management is ongoing. Does that impact his bag that he can't be there every single night? The market is tight. And yo, Leon, man, let me tell you something. If Leon could have foresaw this, the man is a genius. Because I couldn't foresee it. I couldn't foresee that. And I don't think most people could foresee the market would get tighter. And the fact that the brother is being load managed. And yo, I mean, we lost some games where we could have used his rebound. Notice I didn't go by points. I didn't point out plus minus. Did I do that? I said rebounding on the glass. That Detroit loss, not the Detroit loss, the Philadelphia 76er loss epitomized for me that the double big lineup was definitely trash and we should never go back to it again. It's a terrible idea. They play better apart. But look at the average salary by position in the NBA. $17.8 million. I believe this is just starting centers, though. Not overall. I'm going to stat check that. Hold on. Because the average bench player salary, I got that, is way less. We don't have a definitive number, but the range is way less. But let's give him a bone. Let's just say that is the average center salary. Where do you rate Mitchell Robinson as a center? Because remember, you're already paying Karl Anthony Towns $65 million. So if you pay not 65, 57, but it ends in the 60s. Whatever. I don't want to exaggerate the number. So let's say you pay Mitchell Robinson $20 million. That's damn near $80 million. So you'll be spending $38 million on average at that center spot. You're spending way more money at the 5 spot. And this is a guy that can't commit to you every night. And in the games that you need him, he puts up numbers like this. Let me go back. Hold on, let me go back because this is the advance. Let me go back. Look at the numbers. I mean, look at the games. Hold on, let's sort this. Detroit, you got blown out. Forget the points. This man can't get one offensive rebound against Detroit. How about Orlando? This brother relegated to 16 minutes. We know they got all that size. What about Philly with Joel Embiid? And then the other 3 to 6 games he missed. How do you value this guy's contract? Also, look, we can't ignore this. Big time salute to Casey Smith and the injury management plan that they got going for Mitchell Robinson is fantastic. Is one of the best ever. Matter of fact, I'll give this brother a New York City salute. You know, Mitchell Robinson, he's doing way better than what he did last year. He's already doubled the amount of games that he played last year. Big time salute. This is Casey Smith. But we can't ignore 17 games, 31 games, 59 games. Like, we can't ignore this. That we can't ignore. So by Mitch not bounding at the highest level when you need him to, and boy, do we got a game tomorrow. Huh. What Mitchell Robinson will show up tomorrow is my question. If we get another one of those 3 rebound games, Ariel Hukporti played, to me, Ariel Hukporti outplayed Mitch against the Pistons. Ariel had like 7 rebounds. Hold on. Let's go back to that game spot scores. You know I don't cap, nor do I exaggerate on the mic. So let's go back to the game. The dreadful game that I really don't want to go back to. But Ariel Hukporti in 22 minutes had 6 points and 7 rebounds. Made 2 free throws. When's the last time Mitchell Robinson made 2 free throws in a row? If he comes out again today against the Celtics and does the same thing, how does that affect his bag? You made it past the Leon Rose cut or clip where you guys normally get traded. Guys don't normally make it past the deadline on expiring deals. It doesn't normally happen for guys, key guys in the rotation. But how is the bag impacted? Because if they agreed on the money and the money wasn't an issue, then they would have signed that deal early in the season. Was it, well, we don't want to hurt our Giannis package? But what say you? 646-995-8389. Big time salute to my man. Is that L Figgy? Big time salute to my man L Figgy for joining the channel, becoming TOF Nation. Or OKF Nation. TOF Nation will be the Objective Fan Nation, which will be coming soon too. But OKF Nation, big time salute. One of the things you want to do, L Figgy, and to all the other people that want to join the channel as well, all you have to do is go to the membership tab. Get inside that Discord server. Also, you'll be able to see all of the content we got. I got like well over 60 videos. And El Figgy, I'm going to be doing a members only live stream. Hopefully, I'm pushing to do it. So you will be there. So that'll be another reason why you should join it. It's going to be a doozy because I'm going to be talking about the Celtics and some crazy things that has taken place with Boston. And I thought that because, 48 laws of power is destroy your enemies totally. That's what I thought we did. But boy, was I mistaken. And I'm gonna update that content and tell you where I stand on our situation with the Boston Celtics. And it just so happens to be that we have a game against them tomorrow. And it's going to be a fight. I ain't going to lie. I can't cap. I can't guarantee a victory. I'm praying that we get the job done, man. But 646-995-8389. Call up, voice your opinion. Let me know what you guys think about Mitchell Robinson. If he shows up with another game like this, what are we going to do, bro? This is nasty work. Does Leon and the collaboration with Mike Brown cut Mitch's minutes? Does Mitch's minutes get cut? Ariel Hukporty came out there and was balling. Maybe we need to give Ariel some minutes in these big moments when Mitchell Robinson's dropping the ball to see if maybe he can pick up with Mitch's slack. But I'm not going to lie. I'm going to tell you guys right now, I think that these recent performances definitely will impact Mitchell Robinson's bag. So, yeah, listen, y'all. I will be back with more after these messages. It's going down Friday the 13th, the first ever of its kind. The 24-hour live stream that we're going to do, we're going to break history. This is the Knicks Fanathon. The only way to catch this live stream is to come to the YouTube channel because, listen, we're on the road to 10,000 subscribers. Right now, we're around 2,200. The goal is to boost this up to a high level. And listen to me. I am prepared to go more than 48 hours if I had to because the goal is to take this channel to 10,000. And look, I'm prepared and I'm ready. It's going to be an action-packed show. We're going to have a lot of special guests. You're going to want to make sure you tuned in all the shows you love, from the Blue and Orange Brunch to Level-Headed Knicks Talk to Knicks Nocturnal to Where There's Smoke, There's Fire Fridays. Listen, all of the shows is going down on a special day. We're going to bring in All-Star Weekend and celebrate it the right way. You can only do so by making sure you tap in, subscribe, share this with a friend because they want to also be a part of this history because it's the first of its kind, and I look forward to seeing you there Friday the 13th. Big time salute. Listen, February 13th is going to be a magical event. You guys need to make sure you're going to be there. Listen, we got some special. I just locked in a nice special guest today. And me and Maxie, we actively working on this event. And yo, we can't wait. But listen, y'all, I'll be back tomorrow with the members only live chat. I look forward to seeing you guys. And hopefully the Patriots lose in the Super Bowl. But until next time, as always, it's let's go.